Hello everyone, this is Shikha, your English teacher. Now we have reached to poem 3, Keeping Quiet of our course book, Flamingo. Now the name of the poem is Keeping Quiet, and before we read, the poet is asking a question to its readers. What does the title of the poem suggest to you, and what do you think the poem is about? So first let me move on to the explanation of the poem. What is the essence of the poem? What exactly the poet wants to say and poet wants to ask in this poem? Let's see. So before going to explanation of the poem, it's required to know a little about its poet Pablo Neruda, who born in 1904 and died in 1973. It's the pen name of Neftali Ricardo Reyes Basolto, who was born in the town of Parel in Chile. Neruda's poems are full of easily understood images which make them no less beautiful. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. In this poem, Neruda talks about the necessity of quiet introspection and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. So, Pablo Neruda was the pen name. The real name was Neftali Ricardo Reyes Posolto. It's a little wrong name, so the simple name Pablo Neruda is kept by the poet. And a wonderful thing about Pablo Neruda that he always liked to write in green ink. So it this was his personal identification as a poet, and he used to write in a very simple language, and that's why his poems comes out with the simple beauty. And in this poem he just want to say the importance of being quiet by each human being on each field of our life. Now, let me give you a little summary of this poem so that it will be more understanding way for you to go through the poem. So, keeping quiet, as the name suggests of this poem, that what is the importance, the positivity of keeping quiet has been shown in this poem. So poet request everyone to just count till the number 12. Okay, and this 12 number represent whether the zodiac sign that we are having or the months of year. Okay, he requested everyone not to speak just a single language, because the language creates barrier between the people. They divide the people. Okay, they definite the people. So he urges not to speak, not to confine ourselves in any language. And then poet is telling about the importance of doing work and seeing the consequences, seeing the result done by doing that work. That we have to just keep quiet for a while and see that whatever the work we have done, that is giving a positive result or that is affecting anyone in a negative manner. Now, here the simple examples of the fisherman, of the salt gatherers, of the soldiers, the enemies using their weapons, the wars. These all examples, simple examples, has been given without any artificiality in the poem. All the real life examples are given, and through those real life examples, the poet wants to realize ourselves, realize himself also, that what is the importance of being quiet, what is the importance of confining ourselves in some limits. Because if we are just taking ourselves in some limits, we can avoid so many disastrous things to be happened. So line by line, paragraph by paragraph, with the literary device, I'm going to tell you the explanation of this simple and beautiful poem. Now see the first stanza. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. In these two lines, poet is saying all of us to count till 12. Now 12 here represent the zodiac sign or the months of the year that we should count somewhere. For once on the face of earth, let's not speak in any language. In these two lines, the poet wants to say that we all are the living person. who are living combinedly on the earth, but still we are confining ourselves, we are making ourselves limited, we are making ourselves divided by speaking different language. If we are speaking different language, obviously we are dividing ourselves, means this group of the person is speaking different language and that group of person are speaking another language. So means the person from different book, they cannot come together and share their views. So this will be the result. As we are going to speak in different language, we are going to divide ourselves. Let's stop for a second and not move our arms so much. Now here the poet want to just making ourselves to limit ourselves for a moment, for a second, and just to see that we are not going to raise our arms. Now here arms is giving the sign of ammunition, means weapons used by the soldiers, means whatever the soldiers are there for any type of purpose we are doing, we are raising the weapons, but the result will be the disaster, the death of the innocent people. That's why the poet is just requesting us to not to raise the arms, and just before raising the arms, before raising the weapons, just think about the result of these disastrous things. So again, I'm giving you the complete explanation of this stanza, that here 12 by the poet is referred as the zodiac sign, or the 12 months in a year. He wants everyone to stop and calm down for a while, and the poet urges, requested everyone not to speak in any confined language, because languages divides the people, languages confines and limits the people. As we all know that there are different language in different parts of the country that are spoken, and because of these language, groups of the peoples are divided, and it create a type of barrier in a way that we cannot go in another group, because we cannot share our views, and the person from other book cannot join our group. So he asked the people not to speak in any particular language. Not only this, he also wants to stop moving our arms, weapons, not to raise them, not to create a havoc through the war, because whatever the purpose of the war is, whatever the country is, whoever is raising the weapons against each other, the result will be disastering. Okay, so basically the poet is demanding peace from all the sides by keeping all these things. Hello everyone, this is Shikha, your English teacher. Now we have reached to poem 3, Keeping Quiet, of our course book Flamingo. Now, second stanza, it would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. It would be an exotic movement. Exotic means extraordinary. Means when it is going to be happen, it is going to be extraordinary moment. So what is going to be happen? Without rush, without engine. Now rush, everybody know, going so fast, nobody is having no time for other person. So if we are stopping these rush, stopping this hurry, without engines. Now engines means some movable things, that you know, engines of vehicles, engines of trains, engines of car. So if we stop these engines, so here indirectly the poets want to say, if we limit our speed, if we stop for a while, because every time we are just running in the race of the word to just go and go forward from the other person, we have to give a curb on our speed, we have to limit our speed. And when it is going to be limit, then it is going to be an extraordinary moment. We would all be together, means like this, in this environment everybody will feel a type of togetherness towards each other in a sudden strangeness. Means sudden is called because when we are limiting our speed, that never has happened, so it is going to be look very strange. Because never in the earlier times it happened that everybody limited their speed. Nobody is limiting, everybody is running in the race of the life. So in this paragraph the poets want to say that everything comes to a standstill. Standstill is called, everything will be limited towards from this speed, and that is going to be very extraordinary movement for any everyone. All the engines, like the vehicles of the cars, of the machine, all types of engines are going to be limit their speed, and suddenly there is a type of a situation will occur that can be experienced by everyone, and that should be a type of sudden calm, sudden peace will be coming in everybody's heart, and everybody is going to just live this movement, just to explain this movement, that yes, we have experienced this movement because it has not happened earlier. If we are educated so much, then we have to utilize this education in a way to do some strangeful thing that has not been done earlier by anyone. That's why the poet is urging us, poet is requesting us to limit our speed, so that a type of a strange feeling of the calmness or peacefulness that is not experienced by anyone, that can be felt. Now the use of literary devices in this stanza. First is alliteration. We would, repetition of the consonant letter W. Now sudden strangeness, again the repetition of consonant sound. S is there, so literary device will be alliteration. Another four lines. Fisherman in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Now, the example from the professional life has been given by the poet in these lines, that fishermen, obviously, fishermen are meant to go in the sea, and they are going to hurt different type of fishes and sea creatures for their purpose of earning livelihood. So the poet is saying, fishermen, if they are going to keep the peace, keep calm, they will not go in the sea and do harm to the whales or different fishes. And the man whose profession is to gather salt out of the sea, they just take a 1 second to see that what injuries they are causing themselves to their body. So in this paragraph, basically the poets want to say that the fisherman who steps out to catch the whales in the livelihood, why? Because they have to just earn their livelihood. So the poet is saying everyone not to harm the animals, not to harm any other living people for your living. Stop doing this. Here the poet is giving the examples of the whale and other fishes who are just being hunted just for the purpose of their trade and profession and for their food. So they are also living creature, you are also living creature. As you are feeling pain when anybody hurts you, just try to feel the pain of the other living creatures and stop harming them. And the other example is giving the person who are gathering, who are just busy in the profession of gathering the salt, and they are hurting their hands themselves. So the poet is saying to just look for a movement and see what is the consequences, what is the result you are doing, which type of achievement you are getting after just losing so many precious movement in just earning to a materialistic thing. Okay, so it means each type of fisherman, and the profession of the fisherman and the profession of the salt gather person, it's very different, but the same thing is there, the same positive thing if we applied on the same profession. If the fisherman will stop for a moment, or a salt gatherer person will stop a movement, they can both see, okay, see the result what they are doing. See, means both of the result are in a negative manner, are in a type of thing that is creating harm to the other person or to their own body. Literary device in these lines is alliteration. Hurt hands. The last line of these four lines, hurt hand, his hurt hand. Repetition of the consonant sound H is there, so alliteration will be there. Next lines, those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. Now, in first line, green symbolizes with the nature, and wars means when we are doing something against nature. Wars with gases. Now, gases, where can we find the gases? In the core of the earth, inside the earth. So, when we are doing against this core of the earth. Wars with fire means when we are fighting with each other. From both the side, the weapons are used and it is creating a fireful environment. Would put on victory with no survivors. In this fight, if you get the victory, even then, who is left to see your victory? Would put on clean clothes means just take a new look towards the life and see the result what you have done. And walk about with their brothers in the shade, it means everybody else in this earth like you, they are your brothers, so try to regard them as your brother. Doing nothing means, poet is not saying that whatever you are doing just stop doing that. No, the poet is saying just stop for a moment, keep calm and see what is the result whatever you are doing. So the complete explanation of this paragraph is, when you are going to do some disastrous thing against the nature, like deforestation, mining, opening in new factories every day, the industrialization, urbanization, means from all these things, through all these examples, you are destroying nature, the beauty that is provided to the human being in the form of rivers, mountains, glaciers, landscape, green trees, you are spoiling them. Okay, all the waste bodies, all the waste water, all the cutting trees, means all the deforestation activities, they are indirectly harm nature, not they are indirectly harm you, they are creating a negative effect on you, means indirectly we are harming ourselves. So poet is saying stop doing these duties. If you are doing mining, it is going to hurt the core of the earth. If you are doing fighting, the weapons from the both side, they are going to take the lives of our living beings. If there you gain victory, fine, you are the winner, but see the result, who is there to see the victory? Because in the war, during the war, everybody is going to die, so nobody will be left to see your victory. So stop doing the war, stop fighting, take new attitude towards the life, take a new type of realization about towards the thing, take new ideas towards the life, and stop for some time and see the result whatever you are doing. Other people, means you are a human being, all the other living creatures who are living on this earth, they are same like you, as you are. So regard everybody else like your brother, like your sisters, and give them respect and love as you want. Poet is not doing just to stop doing all the activities whatever you are doing, but the poet is saying stop for a while, think on whatever you are doing, and think on the result that those activities is creating. If those result is positive, then it is okay. Otherwise, if it is creating a negative effect on the other people, just try to avoid them. Now, use of literary devices in this stanza. First is alliterations, wars with. Now, repetition of the consonant sound W is there. Clean cloths. In this line, the repetition of consonant sound C is there. So, alliteration will be here. Now, the next is assonance, use of the vowel sound O. Now, we see in the lines victory with no survivors. Now, repetition of the O sound is there. Would put on clean cloths. Now again the repetition of O sound, and the third line is walk about with their brothers. Now in all these three lines the repetition of the consonant sound and the repetition of the vowel sound O is there, so assonance literary device will be there. And the third literary device will be repetition, as in the first and second line of this stanza, wars. The word wars has been repeated more than 2 times, wars, wars, and wars, so repetition will be there. Next lines, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. If we were not so single minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Now what I want should not be confused. Everybody know the aim, everybody is knowing what they are going to do in their life. They are not confused. With not total activity, life is what is all about. The poet is not saying you to be inactive. Means if you are on the path to achieve your aim, the poet is not saying that stop doing activity, but I want no truck with death. Means whatever you are doing, that should be not the reason for taking so many lives. Means if the from your action so many living peoples are going to be hurted, living peoples are going to be die, then stop doing that action. If we were not so single minded about keeping our lives moving. Single minded means if you are just thinking only about yourself, and this is going to be happen these days. Everybody just think about themselves. They are not thinking about other people's, what is going to be other people's, whatever the leisure, whatever the comfort is there, whatever the leisure is there, they want to just get that leisure for themselves only, not for the and other persons. So the poet is saying to stop, keep our lives moving. We have to keep our lives moving, but we have to not be single minded. We have to not centralize to ourselves only, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness. So if once means for a while, for a moment, if we decide that we are not going to do anything, stop doing each and every type of activity, and then see the type of silence is there, the type of calmness is there, that is very much required to ponder over, to think over that what exactly I was doing. Means it is going to be a type of interruption, but this interruption will give you a chance to see what are you doing. The never understanding ourselves and threatening ourselves with death means we are not understanding the things we are doing, that indirectly those activities are harming ourselves. See, if you are doing a type of activity you are doing at it, and that is going to be a harm for the other person, then think the same thing. That person will also do the type of activity that is going to be harm for you. So from the both side, who is harming you? Each other. Means each other doing the type of activities that are creating a type of harm to each other. So once again I'm going to give the explanation of the complete lines. That poet is saying that everybody know about the aim of their life, and to achieve that aim of their life they are doing the type of activities which are causing so many deaths. So poet wants to say here that stop for a while, take a look on your activity, what you are doing, and see if the result is disastrous, this negative, just stop doing those activities. Everybody is single minded, everybody is just thinking about themselves only. So stop doing this. You have to live your life, you have to earn something, you have to do the activities to live your life, but don't just think only about yourself, just think about other people also. One could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence interrupt the sadness. You are doing something and stop doing that thing for a moment, that will be a type of interruption, that will be a type of hindrance in your activity, but this interruption will give you a chance to think over that whatever the activities you are doing, that is right or wrong. So understanding ourselves, threatening ourselves with the death means you are doing the type of activities. So don't think that you are not going to get harm or negative effect from those activities. If you are the living creature, you are creating harm for other people, then other people at the same time will creating harm on you. So towards, from both sides, it's a type of threatening. So stop and think over your activities and stop doing those activities which are creating harm. Now the use of literary devices in this paragraph. First is alliteration, we were and so single. We were, the repetition of the consonant sound W is there, and so single, the repetition of consonant sound S is there. So alliteration will be here. Another device is enjambment. Enjambment means when two or three sentences are continuing without any punctuation mark. Means there is no semicolon, no comma, nothing is there, only one sentence after another is coming, keep coming again and again. So enjambment here is from and for once could do nothing. Perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So see, in these, the combination of 3-4 sentences, there is no use of punctuation mark, so enjambment will be here. Came to the last line of the poem. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I'll count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I'll go. Now here poet is saying that earth can be a teacher of you. Earth can be a mentor of you, means you can learn from earth. How? In the sense, means everything seems dead. Here indirectly the example of the winter season has been given. You have seen in winter season what is there, the cloud, the cold weather is there, the snowy, everything jammed, everything is stilled, means the life is stopped. Sometimes it looks that nobody is moving, a type of stopness is there, a type of stillness is there during the winter season, but later proves to be alive. Means after winter season, spring season came and everything comes back to the life. Now I'll count up to 12. Again poet is saying to count till the 12, means the 12 months of the year or 12 zodiac sign, to keep you quiet and I'll go. To count 12 means until you will count the 12, means till that time you are going to keep silence, and that silence will be very beneficial for you. In that silence you can think over that what is your purpose in your life and how to achieve that purpose. So the complete explanation of these lines, that teacher means if you are not knowing that what we have to do, how we have to do, where to we have to go, then see the nature. The teacher is in front of you. Earth, see something from earth, how the earth is going to manage it atmosphere, how the earth is going to be complete all its activities. One by one all the season comes and go. When the winter season comes, everything is still, everything stops suddenly, but there is an end of the winter season. The winter season is not going to be there for all the time. No, there is a hope of the happiness is there, means the spring season will come and everything will come back to the life. The rivers that is uh, jammed in the winter season turn in the ice, that all that again started flowing. The birds, the animals, the living creatures, whoever are feeling a type of stiffness in their bodies, when the spring season will come, they will again start moving, flying, singing and doing their activities. So a type of life will come during the spring season. So to gain this thing, means to gain this happiness, poet is saying to count till 12. What is the reason behind saying this? This is not the meaning of doing counting 1 2 3 4 5. No, the poet wants to say, when you are doing this counting, when you are just taking all these 12 months in your mind, 12 zodiac signs in your mind, till that time you are not going to say anything, you are not going to do anything. That time will be for you only. You can just think over all the activities you are doing, you have done or you are going to do. Just see the purpose of your life, just see the way through which you can achieve that purpose your life, and yeah, how the things can be moved with the happiness without creating any harm, without creating any injury to your body. Everything will be happiness and peaceful, and with the calm will be there. Means the coming and going is the nature, the difference is the nature of this earth, this atmosphere. So we have to accept this difference, and we have to adapt ourselves according to this difference, so that no harmful effect can be created by us for the other people. So the literary device is assonance here in the line. Now I'll count up to 12. So repetition of the vowel sound. O is here. So here we have completed with the explanation of this poem. This was a very beautiful and simple poem without any hard words, without any hidden meaning, by Pablo Neruda. So I hope you understood this poem well. Try to give the explanation yourself of this poem. So that's it for now. We'll meet again.